Did you know OpenAI just released 3 new models? And so we're going to go through these because I'm going to explain to you exactly how they work and when you should use them, because they are different. There's going to be different use cases. And so if you want to be able to get the best outcome, it's going to largely depend on what model you're using. And so model just stands for large language model. We're going to make sure we get our black on here. Large language model. That's what model stands for, and that's the M in model. So every time I say model, I'm referring to a large language model, and that's just an AI system that has been trained on a large corpus of data that can replicate human language, right? But we don't want to get too technical for now. So what are the 3 models that came out? And so there's Luna, there's Terra, and then there's Sol, right? And they're named after, of course, like Captain Planet, with Earth, Sun, and then the Moon. And so Luna is the smaller of the 3. And so oftentimes you say, well, what does it matter? And so when you're thinking about using a model like Luna, there's particular things that it's good at. And so this is going to be something where if you have transcripts, like I make a lot of videos, or I like to download YouTubes and I pull transcripts. And so cleaning up transcripts for audio is going to be great. Quick summaries of articles, extracting bullet points. If you upload a PDF and you want to be able to extract out all the things out of it. If you're inside of Gmail and you want to do labels and you want to add it as, you know, what's in here, what should be spam, what shouldn't. So if you have a Gmail connector, if you have a Notion connector, being able to classify items, being able to reformat notes, and then being able to get captions, right? So these are all very deterministic things that require little oversight, and they're lower on the scale in terms of importance and high degree of accuracy. And so the next one here is Terra, and this is the bigger. This is the one that they're going to say is the more practical everyday use. This is probably comparable maybe to Claude's Sonnet model here. And so this one here is going to be better probably for, I think, writing, and many times using a model that's not the most powerful model because it tends to overthink and then it uses too many words, or then the lower model, which it loses the context faster. And so the models in the middle typically are the ones where you can get some of the best writing from. And so creating LinkedIn posts, creating standard operating procedures, being able to create drafts, and doing normal analysis. And so this might be analysis that doesn't require super complex mathematics, or mathematics plus multiple different contexts or ideas. Meeting prep, emails, and then workshop online. And so outlines. And so you can see that, you know, it goes up a layer in terms of complexity and the type of work that it actually can do. And then we get into Sol, which is the one that all the craze is about. You know, this might be the best model that exists on the market right now. It's debatable, probably who you ask or who tests it, but nonetheless, this is their new model, and I'm really excited to be able to see what its capabilities are, because this is where you want to use this model. It's more expensive. It's the most expensive of all of the 3, but it's also the most powerful. And so this is going to be for longer context, being able to do code architecture review, being able to make decisions, being able to work autonomously, being able to do research synthesis. And so we're talking about real reasoning across several different documents and being able to highlight where the different intricacies could overlap, where the pros and cons could be at. I like to say take a 360 view many times. And then we have multi-step reasoning. This is where you get into kind of agentic. In our other videos, we talked about agentic engineering and loop engineering. And so when you're writing loops that require multi-step processes, these are the type of models that you're going to want to use. A model that's like Sol or comparable. Long documents, as I mentioned, with context, having documents that are 13, 15, 20 pages long, being able to put it in there, and then asking the model, hey, what does this mean? Deep planning, legal-ish review. You know, this can't replace legal advice, but it can provide a lot of context or understanding as to what could be going on from legal capabilities. I think business analytics and analysis is great. You get a second COO, CFO, CMO when you're working with these frontier models. And then grant strategy, grant review, grant writing, being able to search the internet for grant opportunities and being able to create drafts for those grants. And so I hope this is helpful in being able to understand, you know, just the landscape in terms of what's out there, because a lot of times, you know, people are using it, they're like, oh man, you know, it doesn't work that well for me. And it could be because you were using Luna and you were trying to do a task that required you to use Sol. And so oftentimes it's important to know when you're looking inside of your chat window, you can go inside of ChatGPT and pick which model that you want to use. And so it's important to know that you're picking the right model for the right task. All right, y'all. I'll see you guys in the next video.